This is a review of the Intocircuit S5000 5000 milliampere hour extra slim battery pack. Inside the box you'll find a brief instruction manual, a charging cord that's 8.5 inches long when it's coiled and 17 inches long when it's stretched, a 30-pin Apple connector, the battery pack itself, which weighs in at 5 3/8 ounces and is rated at 5000 milliampere hours, and a velour carrying bag. This battery pack uses a cell type of lithium polymer. It is rated for 500 plus recharges, but the instruction page or the data page on Amazon says 1000. It is charged via a 5 volt 1 amp input. You can use this USB cable to do that. It has a micro USB connector on the end. You can plug this into your computer or to an AC wall charger. It says it will take 8 to 9 hours of charging time at 1 amp. On the top of the battery pack you'll see this push button. If you press it gently, you'll see 4 LEDs light up. They're a little bit dim. They don't stay on very long, but they're blue. And they indicate the charge level of the battery. So you basically have every 25% shown in LEDs. You can see on the back of the battery pack, it's nicely labeled, and it tells you that this is a 2 amp output to charge your tablets. This is the 1 amp input to charge the battery pack, and this is the 1 amp output to charge your smartphones. You can see the 2 amp at 5 volt adapter is a USB to charge your smart tablets. This is the charging input connector, and here you see the 5 volt 1 amp output for USB to charge your smartphones. Here you can see the micro USB connector end on the cable plug-in. You plug this in into your computer or into your AC wall adapter and charge the battery pack. You can also take this and unplug it, and by reversing this you now have a micro USB adapter that you can use to charge your Android devices, and then you can take this connector here and plug it on and charge your Apple 30-pin devices. If you have other devices besides those, you have to use the original cables that came with your product. This battery has built-in protection against overcharge, overload, overvoltage, overcurrent, and short circuit protection. In our testing, we took this battery pack and charged an iPad 2 from 8% up to 56% in just slightly over 2 hours, and then the battery was dead. That represents an output of 3,333.12 milliampere hours. Divide that by 5,000, which is the rated capacity, and that's a 66.7% efficiency. That's just a little bit low, but you have to remember we were charging an iPad 2, which likes to see 2.1 amps, so that's a pretty tough task for this little battery. I say little because on the top side it looks pretty big, but you can see how slim this thing is. That means with this small battery pack, you could charge your iPhone, for example, 2.35 times complete charges. That's a pretty good result. To give you an idea of the thickness, you can see here it's actually thinner than a Sharpie. This is a fine point Sharpie, so it's a very thin product. This would be good to throw into a briefcase or a purse with this little bag, or to slip it inside of a suit jacket pocket to have with you in case you need to charge your phone. Here's a record of my test results, and you can see I charged the iPad from 8 to 56%. That represents a charging rate of 66.7% efficiency of the battery pack. I include this table in all my reviews because it shows the charging requirements for many common devices. This should help the buyer decide what size battery pack they need to purchase. Based on my test results, you can charge an iPhone 4 or 5 2.35 full charges, an iPad 2 48%, an iPad 3 or 4 29%, an iPad mini 74%, or a Kindle Fire 75%. Even though this battery pack was a bit low on the charge, it wasn't very far off, but it was a little bit off, I still like it quite a bit. I like the thin design. I like the fact that it came with a velour carrying case. I think it's highly portable, and the ability to charge your smartphone more than twice is very helpful to people who travel a lot or work long days. I rate this product as a 5-star item. This review was done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I promise to give a fair and honest review.